On New Year's Eve the boss reduced the price of the $8 noodles to $5. The next day the shop was packed with customers, but he always kept one table empty. No one was allowed to sit there. They all found this very strange, but no one knows the unforgettable story behind this table. It was New Year's Eve 18 years ago. A haggard mother came to the shop with her 2 children. They only ordered 1 bowl of noodles. The boss's wife kindly asked if they wanted to add 2 side dishes. Mother lowered her head, her face full of embarrassment. The boss sensed her hardship and distress. He deliberately added an extra half portion of noodles to their order. Soon a bowl of soup noodles was served in front of them. The 2 brothers immediately began to gobble them down. Mother sat quietly by watching them eat. Her elder son asked in confusion why she wasn't eating. She smiled and told her son that she wasn't hungry. The brothers finished the noodles quickly. The mother asked her sons if they were full, but the younger son shook his head indicating he wanted more. The mother said nothing, her eyes filled with guilt, because she only had enough money for a bowl of noodles. The elder son comforted his mother, saying that when he made money in the future he would bring her to eat noodles every day. Looking at her sensible children, the mother held back the tears welling up in her eyes. On the same day the following year, the noodle shop welcomed the 3 familiar faces again. This time, they still only ordered 1 bowl of soup noodles. The kind-hearted boss discussed with his wife, wanting to make 3 bowls of soup noodles for them, but his wife stopped him, because she was worried that this would hurt the mother's self-esteem. So they secretly added the portion for 2 people into the pot. The couple exchanged a tacit smile. After the noodles were served, the mother still didn't pick up her chopsticks. She let her 2 sons eat first. Her eyes were full of affection. Later the sensible brothers insisted that their mother have a bite too. Seeing that there was no way to avoid it, mother took a small sip of the soup. At this moment the observant elder son noticed that the portion of noodles this year was larger than that of last year. So when checking out, the mother insisted on paying for 2 portions of noodles, but the boss refused to take the extra money no matter what. They bowed deeply to the boss and his family to express their gratitude. In the blink of an eye, another year passed. The price of noodles at the boss's restaurant had increased, but on that day changed the price of the $8 bowl of soup noodles back to $5. Soon the mother and her 2 children arrived at the shop on time again. This time, however, the mother ordered 2 bowls of soup noodles. Seeing this scene, the boss secretly added an extra portion of noodles to their order as usual. The sons had become even more sensible. They vied with each other to let their mother taste the first bite of noodles from their own bowls. Tears welled up in the mother's eyes. She choked up and said thank you to her sons. It turned out that 2 years ago her husband had died in a car accident. As a result, the family had incurred a huge debt, and today they had finally successfully paid off all the debts. After hearing this, the boss's wife couldn't help but cry in the boss's arms. It wasn't until the same day 15 years later, a voice that was both strange and familiar came from outside the door. The person asked the boss if the noodles here were still $5 a bowl. At this moment the boss could no longer recognize the tall young man in front of him. It wasn't until a gray-haired woman appeared that he realized they were the mother and her 2 children from back then. The boss was so excited that he shed tears. On this day they finally got to eat 1 bowl of soup noodles each.